Hi friends and welcome back. So today we will talk about affirmations. And this is a very handy and an effective technique which can help us to self-develop ourselves. It can also help us to heal ourselves from our own past habits, our own past tendencies, which become such a big roadblock for ourselves in this present times. And it has the power to transform ourselves. So affirmations are simple statements of a higher truth, a truth which we all are aspiring for, a truth which is actually our reality. And that truth is that we all are part and parcel of that same infinite cosmic consciousness. We all are part, our soul is the part of that infinite spirit, and we all are equal. What makes us different? What makes me different from you? Or what makes me different from that scientist? Or what makes you different from that actor is our own past actions. It's our own likes and dislikes and our delusions. These actions, these desires and these past actions have created our present reality. It's the consciousness which creates and makes us do what we are doing today. And if we know that, then if we are able to change our consciousness, we can change our future and our destiny. So in this episode, we would be talking about what are affirmations, how do we actually create affirmations for ourselves so that we can change our destiny, and how to effectively use this tool to actually carve out a future for ourselves which we all are looking at. So we all would have used affirmations knowingly and unknowingly. So the very fact when you say to yourselves, I can do it, or I will do it, or I should be calm and poised when we face a challenging situation, those very words are like an affirmation because they knock some sense in your consciousness that you have the ability to achieve whatever you're trying to achieve. And those simple words give you so much of strength when you're facing a challenging situations. And that is the power of affirmations. It helps us to develop a strong consciousness. And today we're going to exactly understand how does this science work and can help us realize our dreams or whatever we are seeking in our life. So affirmations are simple words which uses the power of our thoughts. And our thoughts is what makes us. Thoughts are actually things. So if let's say we have a success consciousness, we are in the company of successful people and we're always thinking of overcoming challenges in our life. That approach is very different than a person who has a failure consciousness. So a successful person will always look at solutions. He's always trying to figure out how to navigate a certain situation when he comes across the challenges. Whereas an unsuccessful person or person who has a failure consciousness, he will always complain. He will always crib. He'll always try to blame the situation or his destiny or his karma or the people he's interacting with. And this is the power of our consciousness. If we have a positive consciousness, we can change our destiny. So our thoughts are like a river flowing, and the moment we try to stop that flow of water, we try to create a dam, it creates a reservoir of water. And until and unless we do not channelize that water, so what will happen? Either that river will spill over the dam or it will break the dam, or that river will find its own channel. So similarly, we cannot stop thinking. We can stop thinking for a certain amount of time when we are meditating or we are concentrating on something, but we cannot stop our thoughts. What we have to do is we have to rechannelize our thoughts and our ideas, because if we don't rechannelize them, then it will automatically find its own channel, and those thoughts will be determined by the kind of consciousness that we have. And it's a consciousness what determines our actions. So whatever consciousness we may have, we create our own ideas and thoughts depending on that consciousness. And once we create those ideas and thoughts, we'll create plans. We will put in the energy and we create our reality. So for example, if I give a certain amount of money to any one of you, everyone will use that money in a different way. So if I give that money, say, to an investment banker, the first thing or a thought which will come into his mind is, let me invest this money to make more money. If I give that same amount of money to an artist, he will just think of spending it on some creating of some art or, buying something for himself. If I give that money to a very free person who wants to enjoy his life, he will actually spend all that money to buy experiences and vacations for himself. So it all matters how our consciousness is. And Affirmations have the power, with the power of the words, to change that consciousness. And a consciousness is very powerful. It creates a reality. So there is an effect which is called the placebo effect. And a lot of doctors and scientists use that on humans. So for example, a placebo is simply a medicine which does not have the chemicals. It's just say a powder which is given to a patient. So when the doctors do this test, say there are 10 patients, all suffering from the same problem. Let's say they have a sleeping disorder. So on 5 patients, the doctors will give the actual medicine which will induce sleep in them. And to the other 5 patients who will be in the same room, they will be given the same color pill as being given to other 5 people, and it will be administered on them. And the doctor will ask all of them that now just be calm and patient and you will fall into sleep. And most of the time, 90% of those 5 people who did not receive the actual medicine also fall into sleep, just because they believed the doctor and they told their consciousness, yes, I have taken that medicine and it will induce sleep. So this is the power of our thoughts, and this is how we can change our reality. And our thoughts also has the power to change our reality in terms of whatever goes on our mind, it also goes on with our life. So let me share with you a very interesting story. So Paramahansa Yogananda, as you all know, he is a great saint and my guru. He had a disciple in Los Angeles, and the disciple's name was Bernard. So Bernard once went to Paramahansa Yogananda ji and he said, Master. So in Los Angeles, they never used to call Guru, they always used to address him as Master. So he said, Master, I don't know what's happening in my life, but whenever I go out, take my car out, somebody just comes and brushes up my car and I get into a minor accident. Even if I have parked the car outside a restaurant or outside a grocery store, somebody just hits my car. Why is this happening to me? So Master said, Bernard, be more careful. And Master walked away. So Bernard thought, really, I am a good driver and I'm always very careful when I'm driving. Why did Master say this? He just went to his room, thought for a couple of minutes. He said, probably Master did not understand my problem. And he went ahead with his life. But the same thing kept on happening in his life. Again, after a week, somebody came and hit his car again and again. So after a couple of months, he again went to Paramahansa Yogananda ji. And he said, Master, I have become more careful in driving the car, but nothing has changed. The same things are happening in my life. So Master said, Bernard, be more careful. And this time Bernard knew that Master knows what he's saying, because he repeated exactly the same words. Bernard went to his room and he was just sitting there trying to think why my guru, my master, is saying the same thing to me. And then he realized, he just looked around his room. He had kept his room in a very shoddy state. He was very unkept with all the things. Actually, he was very careless in his entire life in terms of how he used to keep his clothes, his books, and every other matter except for how he used to drive. And he realized, probably Master is telling me to be more careful with everything which I do, because he was very careless with these things. And he started to change those things. He started to change his consciousness and made himself more disciplined and more organized. And the reality changed for him. Those accidents actually stopped happening for him. So let's come to understand what affects our consciousness. So one of the most important things which affects our consciousness is our environment. The company which we keep, the books that we read, or things that we see, or the people who we interact with, everything affects our consciousness. So if you want to be successful, then be in the company of successful people. See how they respond to a situation. They're always looking for solutions. No challenge is a challenge for them, or it's not an obstacle. They're always trying to find a way next to the challenge so that they may reach their goal, whatever they are desiring. But at the same time, if you're in the company of unsuccessful people, let's say they have a weak willpower, they're always trying to find a fault in others. And this is how your consciousness will also become. You will start giving up things very easily in your life. And hence, it's very important to be choosing the right company, because it's your consciousness which will determine your future. And this is where affirmations come in, because by using those words, as I said earlier, it can transform your consciousness and transform your destiny. So, what is affirmations? So, as I said, affirmations are simple statement of a higher truth, a truth which we all are aspiring for. a truth which is actually our reality. It's just that we have yet not materialized that in our life. It's not just yet manifested. And the truth and the fact, they are two different things. So for example, whenever if you want to make yourself a positive conscious person, always affirm your true reality. And that reality is that you are a perfect soul. So even when you have fever, never say, I am sick or I am feeling down. You can use the right words. You can just say, my body has fever at that point of time, but I am fine, because your spirit is fine. You may fail once, you may fail twice, but don't let that failure sink into your consciousness to believe that you are a failure. It's just that you have yet not succeeded. So as I said, everything matters, what we see, what we hear. For example, when you see a horror movie, how you will have an agitated sleep in the night, and even when you get up in the morning, there'll be some lingering thought of those scenes of those movies, and that very scenes changes your reality for some time or for in the future. For example, nobody told a child that a dark room has a ghost. It's just that as parents, when we say, oh, it's dark, and we try to scare the child, then he starts associating that darkness with a ghost. And at the same time, we continuously surround ourselves with positive things. We see an inspiring movie. There's so many inspiring movies. And whenever we face a challenge in our life, at that point of time, just a memory or a thought of that movie helps knock that sense into us. If that person could do it with so many disabilities or so many challenges in life and could conquer his goal, why can't I at this point of time? So in affirmations, you have to continuously repeat something, repeat a set of words which you want to be, a reality which you are aspiring for. Affirmations help you to tune into this higher reality, that higher consciousness which we actually are. And there is a way to affirm something. There are certain attitudes which you should have when you're trying to affirm something. And these are 5 attitudes. Firstly, just merely repeating words is really not affirmation. You have to have faith in whatever you're trying to aspire for, because you are part of that infinite consciousness. You are made in that image of God, and you share the same qualities. So whenever you are affirming something, just telling yourself to be, I am calm, I am poised, or I am strong. Believe in those words. Have faith that even if you are not that right now, you will be that. And secondly, have devotion. Those affirmations should be like a prayer. You're offering something to the highest consciousness. You're offering and asking something from God. Make those affirmations like a gentle prayer from your heart. And 3 qualities besides these 2, which are very important, is whenever you are affirming, do that affirmation with acute concentration. It's very important to focus at the point between your eyebrows whenever you are trying to affirm something, because this is the seat of our concentration, and it is the doorway of super consciousness. It's from this state that you can connect to the infinite consciousness. And 4th is the power of continuity and the power of repetition. It's very important to continuously practice one affirmation at one point of time, till the time it completely sinks into your awareness. And again, you have to be very repetitive in whatever you're trying to affirm. You have to make sure that it gets engraved in your entire awareness. So when I say awareness, our entire awareness comprises of 3 states of consciousness, which is a subconscious state, a conscious state, and a superconscious state. So a subconscious state is like a repository of all our thoughts, all our actions, all our experiences, our memories, and our habits are also stored in the subconscious state. A subconscious state is way bigger than a conscious state of awareness, and it guides our daily decisions, because all those habits, if we are solution oriented, if we are positive in our state of mind, we will approach our life like that. But at the same time, if we have a habit of cribbing, we have a habit of complaining, that simply means we are negative in our approach to life, and we will never be able to change ourselves. So it's very important for us to make sure that the affirmation reaches a subconscious state. And a conscious state, which is a rational state of awareness, it's there that we use the power of concentrating on that affirmation. It makes us do and makes us realize what we're trying to change in ourselves. It's a conscious state which helps us to be aware of the change that we want in our lives. If we want to change certain habits, if we want to heal ourselves, it's only the conscious state that can analyze things in our life. And the superconscious state, it's a heightened state of our awareness. It helps us to connect with that infinite consciousness, which is like the reality of the entire creation. It is the reality of the infinite abundance. We can ask from God like a child, the way we ask our father and mother for anything that we want. We can similarly ask anything that we want from this infinite cosmic consciousness. So now we come to how to really affirm something. So as I said, we have to have those 5 qualities and we have to repeat it continuously to affirm that reality in our lives. So whichever affirmation we're going to take, we're going to experience one affirmation, we'll do it together. So first, we'll speak it loudly so that our senses hear what we are trying to say. It is at this point of time, we are using a conscious mind and trying to be aware that I want this reality for myself. And then we're going to just lower our voice a little bit, and then we're going to speak softly and try to take that affirmation towards a subconscious state of awareness and try to understand the meaning behind the affirmation. And then thirdly, we're going to really whisper that affirmation, so that it really sinks into our subconscious mind. And fourth time when we do, I will be talking the affirmation and we're going to just mentally affirm that affirmation so that we offer it like a prayer to God so that He creates that reality within our lives. Also, finally, when we are mentally chanting the affirmation, visualize that reality, whatever you are aspiring for. So the affirmation which we're going to do together, so I will take help of my assistant here. Her name is Shreya and she's sitting right behind the camera. So I'm just taking her help so that I feel that I am talking to you. So I'm going to tell you an affirmation and then I will guide you how to do it in these 4 ways. Okay. So the affirmation which we're going to do is, it simply says, I am calm, I am poised, and I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. So this is one of the affirmations. Whenever I face challenging situations, whenever I used to get agitated, and I still get agitated sometimes, I use this affirmation and then I repeat it 4 times or more than 4 times also. Like a prayer, I keep repeating until the time it knocks that sense in my head that this is my reality. So just sit straight and be calm in your mind, in your heart. Take a deep breath. So open your eyes and just repeat after me. I am calm. I am poised. I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. Now slightly softly. I'm calm. I am poised. I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. Now close your eyes, take a deep breath, and you'll whisper it as if really taking into your deep subconscious mind. I'm calm. I am poised. I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. And now, just mentally have a smile on your face. Feel this reality. Visualize yourself to be calm, to be poised, and to be happy and cheerful. And just mentally repeat after me, offering it like a prayer to God. I am calm. I am poised. I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. So whenever we strongly and consciously offer these positive affirmations or positive sets of words to the infinite consciousness, a consciousness of infinite abundance, we will create a magnetic field. That prayer from here goes like a beam of light which creates a magnetic field to attract whatever qualities which we need to be happy and prosperous in our lives. So one of the things is, whenever you're trying to affirm something, don't be very eager that it should manifest in your life. Whatever actions you're doing, there will be fruits coming your way. Let God decide when those come in. And also, if that reality which you're trying to seek has yet not manifested in your lives, be assured that you already have those qualities. You just need to realize that. And the best thing about these affirmations is really you can do it at any time of the day. So I generally do it in the morning when I go for my morning walks. I do certain affirmations even when I'm taking a shower. I do them when I know there's a red light and I can see there is 60 seconds. You can actually do that affirmation in just under a minute. And the best time to do an affirmation is the moment you get up in the morning. At that point of time, you're actually very calm, you're actually very relaxed, and you can just repeat it continuously for some times. And when you are just about to go off to sleep, it's very interesting just to do it even in the bed. Mentally keep repeating that affirmation, and at that point of time when you go into sleep, you actually take the affirmation with you in your subconscious state. And you can also create these affirmations. You can just choose a set of words and that will be affirmations. You just have to take care of a couple of things. That whatever you're trying to affirm, you have to make that affirmation in your present tense. Like, you will not say I will be strong. You have to say I am strong. Don't say God make me calm. Just say, affirm, I am calm. And also never affirm, even if you want to quit, say smoking, that I will not smoke. Because our mind cannot process an inaction, I cannot or I don't. So many times, we all would have experienced when our mothers or father tell us a work and they say, okay, don't forget to get that bread. Our mind does not have the habit of processing an inaction. So when he says, don't forget to get that bread, our mind cannot process don't. And what do we process then? Forget to get that bread. And it actually happens, and then we get a scolding the moment we come back. So this simple technique has this powerful idea behind it, which can really change your reality. And there are 2 books on affirmations which are found in Ananda. I'll share the link below in the description. One is Affirmation for Self-Healing, which is by Paramahansa Yogananda, and another one is Scientific Healing Affirmations. That book is also by Paramahansa Yogananda. There are lots of affirmations which he has created, whether it's for success, whether it's for developing concentration, changing habits, or coming out of depression, or just you'll find lots of affirmations, and beautiful words have been chosen which can affect your life. So I hope you found this episode was inspiring and insightful. And if you found it, then please share it with the people you really love and you really want to see some change in their lives. You can really help them by giving them this gift of a technique, which is a very simple technique. And in the end, I would just like to say, take care, keep shining, and be well. This is Dhruv from The Conscious Way. Thank you.